Hey, Cooking with Tammy fam, want to know how to make a delicious chili cheese cornbread skillet? I bet you do. With that being said, let's get to cooking. First on up, as you can see, I pulled out my large size cast iron skillet. However, if you have a heavy duty stainless steel pan or skillet, you could definitely use that as well. To this pan, nice and hot, of course, we're going to introduce about 1 pound of ground beef. The ground beef that I'm using is not limited to only using ground beef. If you want to use, let's say, maybe ground chicken, ground turkey, you could definitely flavor it up just as good. This is an 80-20 ground beef that I'm using. So there may be a little bit of oil in the pan once the meat is rendered. Our beef is perfectly cooked. Just going to push it back to the side of the pan just for a second. I want that oil to present itself. And as you can see, we don't have much oil going on, right? So I'm going to help this situation out a little bit. Just add a little avocado oil. Let's add some diced onions. You know what? I'm going to add just a little bit more of the diced onions because we love a lot of onions. All right. Stir these on up. We're going to cook these down for about 2 minutes until they become slightly softened and translucent. At this point in time, we are also going to add our array of bell peppers. Want to add some bell peppers to our cheesy chili cornbread skillet. Stir this on up as well. Same thing for the veggies. We're going to cook it down until it becomes slightly softened. About 2 to 3 more minutes. Let's combine the meat with the bell peppers and onions. Let's make sure we get everything off of the sides. Make our little space in the middle to introduce our garlic. This is jarred garlic. However, if you want to use fresh garlic, you definitely can, or even garlic paste would work out perfectly fine. Gonna allow that to toast up just a bit for a couple seconds, about maybe 20 seconds, or until it becomes fragrant. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and combine everything together. And at this point in time, let's lower the flame and season. All right, for choice of seasonings, we chose only the best seasonings that's gonna bring out all of the flavors in this dish. All right, so as promised, we're gonna turn it down just a bit. We're gonna add some garlic powder. Yes, I added actual garlic, but the garlic powder is gonna give it a nice flavor as well. We're also gonna add some onion powder. Good amount of veggies and meat, so why not? Let's add as much as we can. Let's add some smoked paprika for that nice smoky element of flavor. We're also gonna add some chili powder for some spice in our life. Don't add too much, okay? If you have kids and they don't like spice, or even you, don't add too much. We're gonna add some cumin. Let's add some oregano. Dried oregano. And we're also gonna add a little bit of cayenne. We must be really want a lot of spice around here today. We're gonna stir it on in. Make sure nothing is sticking at the bottom. Let's add some chicken bouillon and beef bouillon. All right. Add a little bit of water to tie everything together. All right, give it a nice steamy effect. And it also helps to soften up the meat as well. All right, break down those seasonings. And we are good to go. We're gonna add some tomato paste. All right, allow the tomato paste to sit here, heat up, and extract all of the beautiful sweet flavors that it has to offer. In the meanwhile, while that's doing what it's doing, I'm gonna hit the meat off with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. All-purpose Cooking with Tammy seasoning. All right, as you can see, the color of the tomato paste has definitely deepened. All right, and the longer you cook the tomato paste, the more it's going to help with the depth of flavors within this dish. All right, let's combine everything together. Not to mention, it's going to give the ground beef a nice color. All right, it's going to work hand in hand with the smoked paprika. Let's add a can of, this is a mild can of Rotel that consists of tomatoes and chilies. However, if you use the spicy Rotel, it's going to consist of obviously tomatoes and jalapenos. All right, that's perfect. Let's go on with our tomato sauce. 1 full can, 15 ounces. And this should be perfect. We're also going to add our red beans. However, these beans are not limited to the type of beans you may prefer. If you want to add cannellini beans or even black beans, that would be perfect as well. If you want to go ahead and leave the beans out, not a problem. All right, give it a quick taste. If you want to balance out the flavors and add maybe a little hint of sugar, you definitely can. A little hint of sweetness sometimes when it comes down to savory recipes pans out perfectly as well. All right, for now, we're going to allow this to simmer for about 6 to 8 minutes with no cover, okay? No lid necessary whatsoever, because at this point in time, we're trying to actually allow the chili mixture to thicken up and cook down as much as possible. This is the texture that we're going for with the chili, all right? We want it to be nice and thick. For this particular recipe, I decided to go with a savory cornbread, all right? So for that, we're gonna need equal parts cornmeal and flour. A small amount of sugar to balance things out. It's not gonna be too sweet because that's not what we're going for at all. We're gonna add some baking soda along with our salt and baking powder. All right, let's use a whisk, mix that on up. Make sure all of the dry ingredients are incorporated. Once we're done, we're gonna put it to the side. Let's work on our wet ingredients. For the wet ingredients, it's gonna be basic and simple. All right, we're gonna use some buttermilk. All right, all of that thick richness. We're gonna add 2 eggs. We're gonna add some sour cream. The sour cream is gonna tie everything together. It's gonna be what the cornbread needs, and also is gonna help with the moisture as well. Our butter is supposed to be totally melted, but it's been sitting under the air, so it's solidified just a little bit. But nevertheless, we're gonna work with it. I'm trying to get all of the excess off of the spatula, but in 2 seconds, I'm gonna go ahead and grab our whisk. Alrighty. And whisk things on up. This is our mixture right here. That looks really good. Let's bring this back on over. And we're gonna add our wet ingredients while combining, of course, with our dry ingredients. All right. Gonna bring everything from the side of the bowl down to the middle and just stir things up. And that's basically it. We're gonna keep combining until everything is totally mixed in. Add a little bit of water to loosen things up. All right, that's better. Take a small amount of sharp cheddar, and we're going to add it to our cornbread mixture. And we're just going to take our time and fold it in. All right, I love this mixture. It's so smooth and light. Wow. We're going to take some cheese and we're just going to sprinkle it on the top, right? Sprinkle it on top of the chili. I think that makes for an even more delicious chili recipe. And we're going to take our cornbread mixture. I'm going to pour it on top. And once we're done, we're going to smooth things out. All right, perfect. Use that spatula to get all of the excess out of the bowl and more so into the pan. Going to take the spatula, of course, we're going to spread things out. And when this bakes, it's gonna be perfect. All right. Never mind what it looks like right now. Once the baking process starts, it's gonna be really nice. Take a little bit of cheese, not much at all whatsoever, just a small amount. Just gonna add it to the top like this. If you want to chop up some green onions and incorporate it throughout this recipe, you definitely can. But for now, we're gonna place this into our 400 preheated oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. All right, now here's the thing. You're going to take some butter while it's nice and hot, and you're just going to spread it on top. Look at that butter melt. Ooh, into the cornbread. This is gorgeous. All right, remember what I said before? If you want to add some scallions or green onions to this, you definitely can. Gonna add a good amount of butter. Keep it nice and moist and beautiful. Woo! This is gorgeous. All right, y'all. We're gonna go in. Yes, we're gonna go in for our taste test. Yay! All right. Get some cornbread and chili. You get the first bite. Oh yeah. Oh, perfect balance. I got some little extra cheese on the plate. Oh, this is good, y'all. Comforting, absolutely delicious. The cornbread is perfect. Nice and moist. It's good. The entire recipe is good. The chili has so many flavors going on, right? You're getting that little hint of warmth. You're also getting a slight bit of heat, nothing crazy. And you're also getting all of those rich chili flavors as well. Wow, all of the flavors that chili has to offer. But paired together, this is good. This is good stuff, y'all. Give this recipe a try. Let me know what you think. Also, cookingwithtammy.shop for all of your seasonings. I'll catch you in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys. It feels like forever.